message entitled CheonBo Works, a testimony. I would like to give my testimony about CheonBo Works, as well as the testimony of other brothers and sisters. Okay, so let me proceed. This is our Hyeojong Heaven and Earth CheonBo Training Center. These pictures were taken only last month during the winter. As you can see, the Cheonpyeong Lake is frozen, yet our CheonBo Training Center is really very beautiful, isn't it? Do you miss our CheonBo Training Center?
Yes.
I want to go to Korea and really visit again our CheonBo Training Center. Do you want to go with me?
Yes.
Of course, let's look at our CheonBo Training Center. Look at that. Wow. This is the CheonBo Won Complex. Before it's called Cheongpyeong Complex, but True Mother now called it the CheonBo Won Complex. This is our Peace World Center. You can see how beautiful it is during winter, right? The top view of our training center, together with the newly built Korean house, the Cheonpyeong Hospital, CheonBo Hospital, now called with a different name, right? The International Medical Center. This is the frozen Cheonpyeong Lake. Yes, still it's really very beautiful, right? You can see the Hyeojong coffee over there. This is the CheonBo Won building, where our CheonBo couples are registered, and you can see here so many pictures of our CheonBo couples that can last for 1,000 years and 1,000 generations, according to True Mother. This is our Jongsimwon. Before, it is called Jongsimwon, as everybody knows. But again, this time True Mother changed the name. Now it's called Cheonsimwon. Cheonsimwon. Okay. So our President Lee Gi-sung is the president of Cheonsimwon. This is the newly built, I did not see this yet personally, Korean house. I'm not sure yet if there is coffee being served here. Let's see when we go to Cheongpyeong, right? Very beautiful, right? Yes, this is another angle, another view of that special Korean house. Incredibly beautiful. So, when you go up in the Tree of Blessing, you can see this view. This is our Tree of Blessing. And then you can see the palace from there, isn't it? Sometimes many members face the opposite direction, which is the palace, and even bow down and pray facing the palace. You can also see there the middle school, Chungshim Middle School. And then we have here, this is the stairway to heaven. How many steps? When you go, did you count how many steps it will take you to reach the Tree of Blessing? Anyway, yeah. This is really very, very, I really miss this place, everyone. Wow, this is the Cheonpyeong Lake. Very beautiful, right? Even it is frozen, it's really very beautiful. Then you can actually ride a boat from here, and then you can go around the lake, our special boat here in this place. Okay, so I miss CheonBo, Korea, and I believe all our brothers and sisters also feels the same. I would like to share my testimonies on CheonBo Works, and it will be like 5 items here, written here. And I'd like to start with number 1. Yeah, look at that. Relationship with my wife. You know, as the blessed couples, we were matched. We did not really have our relationship before we get married. Now it's our first time to meet. My first time to meet my wife at the time of our wedding, a few days before the wedding, right? So anyway, I'm from the Philippines. My wife is Japanese. And we know that Philippines and Japan are enemy nations. So many, even my grandfather, the brother of my grandfather, is very angry to the Japanese because my grandfather was killed by the Japanese. So the relationship spiritually is not really that easy. So almost every 3 days we have some kind of like war, like almost fighting every 3 days. However, because of CheonBo Works, no, when we started liberating our ancestors, no, I can see when we go to Korea and then attend workshop there, attending Ancestor Liberation, our once every 3 days, fighting becomes once a month. So there is a kind of development, isn't it? No, become once a month. So anyway, and then continuing Ancestor Liberation, going to Korea, no, attending workshop. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable, but really true. Once a month, fighting becomes once every 6 months. Really interesting. And then, after we finish 430 generation blessing of ancestors, oh my goodness, no, once a year, no, fighting, and sometimes very rare, almost no fighting anymore, only missing each other, and really always very happy together, very interesting, right? So I can see here our younger blessed couple, no, please consider this, no. If you go to CheonBo, now called the CheonBo Training Center, this is really a very nice place to really meditate and pray and reflect. And then by attending workshops there, you can really see how much your relationship as husband and wife will improve and develop. Amazing. So for me, CheonBo workshops, CheonBo Works in CheonBo, Korea is really my savior. Really, save my blessing, save my life. No? Amazing CheonBo Works. Okay, so let's go to my sister's experience. So actually, my sister was blessed with the Japanese. 2 of them, together with me, 3 of us joined the 30,000 couples blessing. My 2 sisters were sent to America to do fundraising to support the Philippine Providence, and eventually they started family there. So when my sister was pregnant and she visited her doctor, this doctor told her, "Oh, your baby has some problem. Like the umbilical cord is like around his neck, and looks like this situation will become worse, and then he can die inside the womb, inside the womb, and this will be very dangerous for you. I suggest that you abort this baby." Can you imagine? This doctor recommended the abortion, to abort the baby, because the life of my sister will be at risk. But my sister thought, no, this is my first baby, cannot be like this. So she decided to go to Chongpyeong and attend the pregnant, what do you call this? Pregnant women's workshop, 40 days workshop for pregnant women. She attended this, and she just joined the Chanyang session, consult with the Temonim, and after 40 days of attending this workshop, when she went back to America, she consulted again with the doctor. The doctor was so surprised. The baby already, like normal, no more problem. And the baby was born with a normal delivery without problem at all. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine if my sister just followed the doctor's advice? And so this baby cannot have been born. And so the second child, because of this experience, my sister really determined, my children should be born after I attend 40-day workshop like this. So she again attended 40-day workshop for pregnant women. No? And then the second child was again born with a normal delivery. And then the third child. And these three children are really amazing, talented. In fact, they're categorized as genius. They studied in America in a special school for the gifted. Special school for the gifted, where they are so advanced that even in first year high school, they can already be accommodated to join a robotics club. They can already design some computer programs that can make robots and many other high technology kind of thing. They are considered on the level of genius. How amazing if these children were aborted. Oh, how terrible it is, right? So, for pregnant women, my goodness, no? If you have some problem, you have to really consult first with a CheonBo, and if possible, do your best to really attend a 40-day workshop for pregnant women. This is really an amazing testimony about how powerful and wonderful CheonBo Works are. So next, I would like to share the testimony from Thailand. Okay, so this is one testimony from Thailand. Wang Juron, March 25, 2018. I'd like to read this. I had a spiritual experience at this event. During the Hyojong prayer wish offering ceremony for restoration, I saw something amazing and bizarre. When all of the wish fulfillment papers were on the altar, good spirits emitting a white light were coming down from heaven in groups of circles. Wow! You can see the spiritual power of the Hyojong offering paper or the wish paper. Then, the wish fulfillment papers, one by one, began floating up towards heaven, and angels would come and take each sheet and categorize and separate them by content. Oh yeah, look at that. The angels were the ones sorting out these wish papers and then categorizing them, right, based on the content of the request, sheet by sheet. So, and then a gigantic True Father then emerged at the event venue. Hyojinim came to the left of the altar and sent angels to members while waving around a large flag emitting white light. Yay! The angels were assisting members in resolving their problems. At that moment, the venue was completely filled with angels and good spirits above us. You can see, during CheonBo events, many members just can see the physical things, right? But there are gifted members who can see the spiritual reality. And these members are giving this kind of testimonies. How amazing it is that angels are really working together with Hyojinim, together with True Father, in order to really grant our wishes. So this wish paper, it really has that kind of power, spiritual power. Number 4, testimony from a second generation from Thailand. So let's see about this testimony. Mrs. Sachichanya Asavaratana Kasikorn, Altai, Thailand, blessed family. Let me read this. I would like to express my deepest gratitude toward Heavenly Parent and True Parents. I had an opportunity to participate in the Ancestor Liberation and Blessing ceremony on 27th February 2021 at Thailand headquarters. It was a great opportunity for me to liberate my husband's side ancestors for all 430 generations. Together with my 9-year-old daughter, a blessed child, we participated in the ceremony, and she told me an incredible spiritual experience during the ceremony. It was the day before the ceremony, during we were offering a sincere prayer for offering the wish paper. Now, while they offer the wish paper in the prayer room in the headquarters of Thailand Church, okay? She witnessed a lot of angels surrounding me and listening to my prayer, and they were smiling at me happily. Can you imagine that? When you offer your wish paper in the prayer room, no? Angels actually surround you, even listening to our prayer and smiling, and they are very happy. Ooh, how incredible, how wonderful it is, isn't it? Let me continue. Another experience was during the Ancestor Blessing ceremony. While I was participating in the ceremony, my daughter waited for me at the back of the room. When the ceremony ends, she ran to me and excitedly told me what she witnessed. She said, "Mom, I saw spirits. It was bright and transparent. I saw a lot of them enter the room, especially when the time of holy wine ceremony. I saw two big bright spirits on the stage that must have been true parents. Huh? Suddenly, they walked down from the stage and started to approach the people around. The many of them were around the room, meaning the spirits, and some of them are holding hands. I saw one spirit nearby me, maybe only 1 meter apart from me. I tried to ask him to play hide and seek with me, but he did not answer, and he thought no one could see him." Oh, that spirit thought no one could see him, but this 9-year-old second generation can see him, and even asked hide and seek. After I heard the testimony from my daughter, I was shocked. I never thought that my daughter was bold enough to ask spirit to play hide and seek with her. Anyway, I want to give a massive thanks toward true parents for this amazing CheonBo Works, and I would like to appreciate the blessing that we receive. Finally, I am very grateful for all the hardworking staff. Thank you very much. Look at that. In fact, no, another testimony in Thailand is that during the holy wine ceremony, while the blessed families are holding the holy wine with their hands, raising up the holy wine, no, up in the air, this another second generation saw that the spirits are making a line in order to drink this holy wine from the holy wine being held by the blessed family. And then one of the spirits, not so tall enough, but the blessed family is very tall, and so he cannot reach the holy wine. So that spirit even jumped, no? Jumping just to reach the holy wine. That second generation saw the spirits jumping, would like to really drink the holy wine. Isn't it interesting? Very cute, no? Very interesting, but they are spirits. Oh my gosh. In the past, when we say spirits, almost very scary, right? Very scary. But nowadays, no? Because of CheonBo Works, these spirits became good spirits. They become very cute, no? Spirits jumping, no? Trying to drink the holy wine, because it's very high, no? Cannot reach. Interesting, isn't it, brothers and sisters? Right? Okay. Another testimony here from some mother from the Philippines. Okay, her name is Imelda Juantana, 54 years old, 30,000 couples. So I interviewed her, and I recorded what she said, and finally I had written it here now in the testimony. Let me read this. While riding a bus with my children, the bus was hit by another bus, and the glasses at the back of the bus were shattered. Suddenly, I was pushed by a strong force towards a certain direction. When I looked back at the seat I was seated, so many broken glasses were scattered there. If I did not vacate my seat, my entire body would have been wounded badly. My ancestors really protected me. Oh my goodness. Right? So, her ancestors pushed her, no? So that she will not be wounded by these glasses that were shattered because of the impact. Let me continue. I have another experience where I was walking across the street. A fast-moving van was moving in the wrong lane and almost hit me. I can see my face in the mirror of the van when it crossed my way like a lightning. So it's very fast, no? And then I felt somebody embraced me, and hold me back to stop me. Just one more step and I would have been dead. Oh my.
God.
Can you imagine? No? How the ancestors like stopped her so that she will not be hit by this van, no? Moving in the wrong direction. So this is an incredible experience. This kind of an experience, no? Our ancestors assisting us, protecting us, helping us, is really amazing. Isn't it, brothers and sisters? Let me continue her testimony. After I liberated 1 to 7 generations of my ancestors, I started to ask them to help me financially so that I can also liberate my other ancestors up to 430 generations. I was so surprised that many people called me to ask my services in building their houses. They were referred to by my former clients who were satisfied by my services. Yeah, no? When she asked help from the ancestors, no? Many clients go to her. Let me continue. I am now here in HQ to liberate my ancestors until 430 generations. I was wondering what can happen next when I finish blessing my 430 generations of ancestors. If 1 to 7 generations can protect me like this, just like what happened in the van and in the bus, no? If 1 to 7 generations can protect me like this, what more can 430 generations do to me? I am very grateful to true parents for this great grace that I received through Ancestor Liberation and Blessing. Adju? Wow, this is from the Philippines. Look at that. Huh? Oh, so we cannot see our ancestors, right? We liberated our ancestors, and looks like we spent a lot of money, right? Looks like, whoa, big money. Where can I get this money? How can I get this money? I don't have money. But actually, no? If we liberate our ancestors, wow, this is really amazing. The returns, you know what I mean? I mean, what will they do, no, to us if they were liberated? They are so grateful that we liberated them, and that they will definitely help us, isn't it? So, yeah, let me tell you a story. I call this the banana story. Are you okay, brothers and sisters?
Yes.
The banana story. Okay. There was a person who was walking, but actually somebody threw a banana along his way. And then this person is destined to step on this banana peel. And what happened? Oh my Buddha, no? Is supposed to slide and then hit his head on the concrete, no? And then finally, oh no, comatose the rest of his life. So this is like his destiny. This kind of misfortune should have happened to him. But what if, look, somebody saw that this person is about to step on this banana peel, and then before stepping on that banana peel anyway, a person who is really concerned about this person's safety decided to pick up the banana peel, and then nothing happened. Of course, nothing happened to that person, isn't it? Nothing happened. So, what do you think? This person did not see who took this banana peel out of his way, and nothing happened to him. So, looks like, how do you say? Nothing, right? Looks like really nothing really happened. So, like it's normal, only normal. But actually, can you imagine if that person did not take out this banana peel and you become comatose? Oh, that is very big issue, isn't it? It is like a life and death kind of issue. But it was prevented. It did not happen to you because this person took it away. But you cannot appreciate this person because you cannot see the person. You cannot appreciate this person because you did not see the banana peel also. Yeah? Only just continue to live your life, look like it's a normal life. But actually, you were protected. Actually, your misfortune did not happen because of this person who pick up this banana peel so that you will not meet accident. This is the reality of Ancestor Liberation and Blessing. They help us, but we didn't know, no, in what way they help us. But it is a very substantial support and help that cannot be exchanged for millions of dollars. So I really, we have to really, how do you say, give thanks to Heavenly Parents, true parents, to our ancestors. Because up until now, we have lived our lives, without this kind of misfortune. So if we liberate our ancestors, if we bless our ancestors, oh my goodness, we really, live a life of heavenly fortune. So, let me read True Parents speeches again and remind ourselves about ancestor liberation. You must liberate your ancestors, Father said. To liberate them, you have to love your ancestors in the spirit world and invest in them more than in your family and relatives on earth. Aju? This is Father's words. Otherwise, your ancestors who have gone to hell will not be able to come back to earth and support you. Therefore, you should be able to stand at the center, call those families together and help them. Only then can you be one with them. Those who invest more than others become central figures. Meaning, if we liberate our ancestors, we become the central figure of our ancestors. We become the ancestor. We become the savior of our ancestors. Aju? So, according to True Father, we have to liberate our ancestors and love our ancestors more than we love our family and relatives on earth. If a member of your family becomes sick and has to go to hospital and need operation, how much will you spend? You tell me, how much will you spend in the operation, for certain diseases? My goodness, you will spend, hundreds of thousands of pesos, isn't it? But when we liberate our ancestors, how much do we give donation? You check, you compute, if we are willing to invest and sacrifice for our family, who even will go to hospital, we have to invest even more for our ancestors' liberation. This is really an amazing, words from True Parents that we have to really consider. Liberating our ancestors will eventually protect us and our families. This is really like a double, double blessing kind of thing. Why? When you liberate your ancestors, they will protect us. Therefore, we protect our family. So we protect our family, plus we liberate our ancestors. But if we don't liberate our ancestors, and then our family meets some kind of accident, we spend more money even in the hospital. And then, we did not liberate our ancestors also. So, this is incredible guidance from our beloved True Parents. So, let's really liberate our ancestors, brothers and sisters, up to 430 generations. Aju? Let me continue with Father's speech. Now, great chaos is arising in the spirit world. If you do not receive the blessing, become the Messiah of your family and your tribe, and perform the liberation of your ancestors up to 7 generations, problems will arise. There is a saying, he who gives the disease offers the remedy. All your ancestors are giving you diseases and offering you remedies. If you commit an improper act in Satan's world, for which you have to pay indemnity, it is a serious problem. Restoration through indemnity is not possible. You will be caught and taken away. If you are taken, it is faster to set things right in the spirit world. What does this mean? If we live a selfish life on earth, like for example, smoking, drinking, drugs, sexual immorality, no? If we live this kind of life, our ancestors will take us away. Look at that. Taking us away means, no, go to spirit world. So when you go to the spiritual world, according to Father, what is that? If you are taken, which means if you go to spiritual world, it is faster to set things right in the spirit world. Meaning, if you're already a spirit, if you're already in the spiritual world, easy for you to be blessed, to be matched and to be blessed in the spiritual world. Easier. No? Because you attend 100-day workshop in the spiritual world, and then you can see no, the lectures there live, as if you're watching live, no, the video, how the principle of creation, how God created the universe, you can see live, no, as if it's happening in front of your eyes, everything that happened thousands of years ago. So the lecturer in the spiritual world more effective than lecturer in the physical world. In the physical world, you sleep. In the physical world, maybe you don't listen because very boring lecturer. But in the spiritual world, wow, high technology. You can see the video, how exactly God created the universe, how Adam and Eve fell. Oh my goodness. You can see, oh, you cannot deny it is the truth. So, as a spirit, easier for you to believe in the principle. As a spirit, it's very easy for you to repent. As a spirit, very easy for you to understand, no, what really happened. That's why it's better you go to spiritual world. If you don't, what? Live a good life in the physical world. That is a very dangerous situation. Not evil spirit will bring you to spirit world. Not your enemy will bring you to spiritual world. Your ancestor will bring you to spiritual world if you don't live a good life. Look at that. This is Father's speech, not my idea, okay? Father said, such an era is coming. There will be no indemnity period. Were not Adam and Eve punished immediately after they fell? It will be like that. Your ancestors will do everything. In the past, people tried to achieve restoration through their descendants. Isn't it? In the divine principle, it says that people in the spiritual world can be restored if they go back on earth, and through returning resurrection, they work through their descendants. Isn't it? So by working with their descendants, and their descendants join the movement on the earth, followed through parents, and if their descendants become successful and victorious on earth, then they receive the same merit and they go to a higher level in the spiritual world together with their descendants. It's in the divine principle, isn't it? Chapter 5, resurrection, tells us like that. But look what Father is saying here. Pay attention, my beloved blessed families. In the past, people tried to achieve restoration through their descendants. But now, restoration will be achieved through the ancestors. Oh, what does this mean? Restoration will be achieved through the ancestors. What does this mean? This means, brothers and sisters, that as we live our life on earth, if we don't live in accordance with the principle, our ancestors will give us sickness, diseases. Our ancestors will discipline us. Our ancestors will say, oh, my descendant is going the wrong way. This is dangerous. If he goes the wrong way, me also go to hell together with him. I don't want to go back to hell. Hell is terrible. I don't want to go back there. My descendants are doing something problem. My descendants continue to smoke, continue to drink, even have sexual relationship, like this, without the blessing. Dangerous descendant. She will bring me to hell. So what will the ancestor do? What will the ancestor do? They will do something, right? They will do their best to stop you. They will do everything to stop you from going the wrong way. This is what is the meaning of what? Restoration will be achieved through the ancestors. Our ancestors, even though they are in the spiritual world, they will come down on earth and work with us. So, if we don't liberate and bless our ancestors, our ancestors become more cruel. Cruel. Because they are not yet blessed. But if we bless them, they are not so cruel. No? They will do things based on the principle, at least. No? And they will give us diseases, but they will give us the cure also. If we live a good life, if we repent and go the right way, go the way of the principle, living for the sake of others, following true parents with absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience, then our ancestors will give us the cure for our diseases. Our ancestors will assist us and will help us achieve and fulfill our portion of responsibility. Because our body, our physical body, is the extension of our ancestors' physical body. Therefore, our victory is their victory. Our defeat, our failure is their failure. Therefore, because they know already the principle, they know true parents, they will definitely help us to go the right way. So, how can we become the ancestor and the leader of our ancestors if we live like that? But if we live on earth, following the principled way of life, really following true parents already with absolute faith, love, and obedience, offering jongsong, and on the foundation of absolute sexual purity, like this, then our ancestors will respect us. Our ancestors will naturally respect us and will help us. And we become their leader. So what do you want? Your ancestors will discipline you, or your ancestors will respect you and will help you. Isn't it? So, let me continue. Unmarried men and women on earth have been the body of Satan. But since we have blessed our ancestors in the spirit world, that body no longer exists. We have to transform them into good spirits. By blessing even the evil spirits who are on earth, we transform them into good spirits. Everything is reversed. Aju? Yeah, everything will be reversed. Our ancestors will be blessed through us joining the ancestor blessing ceremony. They became good spirits. And, look at that. In the past, our ancestors belonged to Satan's side by lineage. Isn't it? But if we liberate 1 to 7 generations and then bless them, they become what? Good spirits. Absolute good spirits. And just like our sister who made a testimony, this 1 to 7 generation are really the ones closest to our heart. They are the one closest to us, and they will really lead other ancestors to help us. So 1 to 7 generation is so difficult, but so important, that they can be liberated. That's so donation for 1 to 7 generation is a little bit heavier, than the other sets of generations. Okay? So this 1 to 7 generation is very important. Then they belong to God's side as they receive the blessing. Then from 8th to 14th generation, we liberate and then we bless. Wow! And then from 15th generation, we continue to bless and liberate step by step, Wow! And eventually, what happens? All our ancestors, let's say like from 421 to 430 were blessed. Oh my gosh. So what will happen to the 431st remaining sets of ancestor until Adam and Eve? Until Adam and Eve, the remaining sets, 431 until Adam and Eve, what will happen to them? They will be liberated and blessed automatically by our 430 generation of ancestors that we blessed. So if by blessing until 430 generation, these 430 couples in our ancestors' line, they will be the one to liberate and bless the remaining ancestors in our lineage until Adam and Eve. Aju? And then what happens? All our lineage from us until Adam and Eve will be blessed, will be liberated and blessed. And we, including our lineage, belong to God's lineage. Adieu. How beautiful it is. And they become absolute good spirits, and they come down on the earth to cooperate with us and protect us. Our absolute good spirits are helping and protecting us in the form of heavenly fortune. You might be wondering, in what way our ancestors can help us? They can help us in the form of heavenly fortune. Do you want to have heavenly fortune? I tell you, that sister who testified about that accident in the bus, an accident with that van, no, that she would have died like that. That is what we call heavenly fortune. Whoa, no, our ancestors, no, can be used by heaven to protect us. That is heavenly fortune. So what do you think, brothers and sisters? What do you think? Our evil ancestors, once they are blessed, no, instead of giving us misfortune, no, that misfortune will become heavenly fortune. So, do you want to have heavenly fortune or $1 million? $1 million or heavenly fortune? Actually, what will $1 million do if you die? But through accident, isn't it? Maybe we raise it up to $5 million or heavenly fortune. Which one is better? $5 million or heavenly fortune? Some people are saying, is it okay if we have $5 million and heavenly fortune together? But actually, if you pursue money, no, $5 million, sacrificing heavenly fortune, then you will lose both $5 million and heavenly fortune. Because if you have misfortune, you have $5 million, but you have misfortune, oh my gosh, money can just disappear anytime, isn't it? But if we pursue and prioritize heavenly fortune first by blessing our ancestors, no, up to 430 generation, and we finally capture and get heavenly fortune, then $5 million will naturally follow. Adju? Yeah. So, be wise, no? Liberate your ancestors. So, what are the grace of CheonBo Works? If you join CheonBo Works, CheonBo events, and liberate your ancestors, you stand in the position as the savior of your ancestors. And then, number 2, our ancestors will become absolute good spirits. Number 3, enemy becomes spiritual children. Why? Because during Chanyang Yoksa session, there are many evil spirits in your body that wants to give you sickness because they are resentful spirits that were abused by our ancestors in the past. No? So they are inside our bodies to give us problems. By joining the Chanyang Yoksa session, they can be liberated. And once they are liberated, they attend 100-day workshop in the spiritual world. These enemy spirits who wants to harm you will become absolute good spirits, and they become your spiritual children. So your enemy becomes your spiritual children by simply joining Ancestor Liberation and Ancestor Blessing ceremony or CheonBo events. Number 4, misfortune becomes heavenly fortune. Yeah, that is something incredible, right? Because of the grace of true parents' sacrifice, no? True parents' chongsong and sacrifice, misfortune can become heavenly fortune. All of this grace can come to us. Number 5, inheritance of heavenly fortune from generation to generation, meaning our heavenly fortune does not stop with our lineage, in our time, but it can be inherited by our children, by our children's children, from generation to generation. Adyo? This is the best inheritance we can give to our children. No? Not house and lot, not money in the bank or beautiful car. No? This is better. If they inherit heavenly fortune, then all of those material things will naturally follow. Adyo? So number 6, heavenly tribal Messiah. We become heavenly tribal Messiah, possessing God's love, life, and lineage, and can be registered in CheonBo Won, no? As directed by true parents, by our beloved true mother. And eternally, we can be recognized as victorious, no? victorious tribal messiahs. Wow! So this is very, very amazing grace from heaven. Our conclusion, my brothers and sisters, let us live our life on earth with heavenly fortune as God's children. Let us liberate and bless our ancestors until 430 generations, and bless 430 couples in our tribe, and become victorious, heavenly, tribal messiahs. This accomplishment is greater than any billionaires, greater than any scientists and famous university presidents, greater than presidents of nations, prime ministers of nations. This accomplishment of becoming victorious heavenly tribal messiah, being registered as a CheonBo couple in CheonBo 1, is the greatest accomplishment in all of history. Aju, let us all become people who live with heavenly fortune as God's children, my beloved brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for listening.